Imagine being pregnant, filled with dreams for the future, only to have the person you love walk out on you without warning. No goodbye, no explanation, just gone. That's the heart-wrenching reality Clara faced one rainy evening when her husband, Ethan, looked her in the eyes and said he was leaving. For good. There she stood, clutching her baby bump, with a broken heart and shattered dreams. Alone. But this isn't just a story of betrayal. It's a story of resilience, strength, and an unbelievable comeback. Clara was left to rebuild her life, not knowing where to start or if she could survive without Ethan. But what she didn't realize was that this devastating moment would be the spark that ignited a fire inside her. Over time, Clara would rise from the ashes, transforming herself from a struggling, heartbroken woman into a thriving, powerful businesswoman. As fate would have it, years later, the tables turned in the most unexpected way. Ethan came back, full of regret and looking for forgiveness. But Clara wasn't the same woman he left behind. She was stronger, smarter, and ready to face him on her terms. How did she get there? And what did she do when he showed up? Let's find out. The day Ethan left was etched in Clara's mind forever. She had spent weeks preparing for their new baby, excited about the life they were about to build together. Everything seemed perfect on the outside, but inside the home, cracks were starting to show. Ethan had become distant, quiet, cold, almost like a stranger. Clara felt it in her bones, but every time she asked, he brushed it off, saying he was just stressed. She wanted to believe him. She needed to believe him, especially with their child on the way. But then came the day when Ethan couldn't keep up the act anymore. Standing in the living room, amidst half-packed baby gifts and a nursery that still smelled of fresh paint, he dropped the bomb. "I can't do this anymore," he said, his voice void of emotion. Clara's heart sank. "What do you mean?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper, already fearing the answer. Without much explanation, Ethan gathered his things, looked at her one last time, and walked out the door, leaving her to pick up the pieces. Clara's world came crashing down. There she was, a pregnant woman abandoned by her husband, with no idea how to move forward. Friends and family tried to help, offering kind words, but no one could truly understand the depth of her pain. Every room in the house reminded her of what was supposed to be a joyful time. Now, instead of preparing for motherhood with her partner, she was left navigating this journey alone. But even in her darkest moments, Clara knew one thing: she had no choice but to keep going. She had a baby to think about, and for her child's sake, she couldn't afford to fall apart. After Ethan left, Clara found herself in a position she never imagined, completely alone, heartbroken, and unsure of her future. The early days were the hardest. Financial stress weighed heavily on her. With Ethan gone, she had no one to lean on, no extra income, and a baby on the way. She took on odd jobs just to get by, constantly worrying about how she would provide for her child. The world seemed to move forward without her, while she was stuck trying to survive in a life she hadn't prepared for. But something remarkable happened as the months passed. Clara realized that no one was coming to save her, and if she didn't take charge of her own future, no one else would. She began to dig deep, finding a strength within herself she never knew existed. Slowly but surely, she started to rebuild her life. She enrolled in online courses, taught herself new skills, and eventually started a small business from her kitchen table. It wasn't easy. There were countless sleepless nights, both from taking care of her newborn and from the stress of trying to make ends meet. But each time she felt like giving up, she thought of her baby, her reason for pushing through. She had no choice but to succeed, not just for herself, but for her child. Clara's business began to grow, little by little. What started as a side hustle became her full-time focus. She began to land clients, grow her income, and soon enough, she was no longer scraping by. She was thriving. The woman who had once been abandoned and broken was now a self-made success, and it was only the beginning of her remarkable journey. As Clara's business began to flourish, it was more than just a financial victory, it was a testament to her unwavering resilience. She had gone from struggling to survive to thriving, and the world around her started to notice. Clients began recommending her work, her business gained traction, and opportunities she once only dreamed of were now within reach. Despite her growing success, Clara remained humble, remembering the days when she had nothing. She knew that hard work and perseverance were the key drivers behind her achievements, not luck. Clara's ability to bounce back from hardship became her greatest strength, a quality she embraced wholeheartedly. She knew that no matter how tough things got, she could overcome anything, just as she had after Ethan's betrayal. Her personal growth was just as remarkable as her business success. She began mentoring other women who had been in similar situations, showing them that they too could rise from adversity. Clara's journey became a beacon of hope for many, as she shared her story of being kicked out, left to fend for herself, only to emerge stronger and more empowered than ever. And then, one day, something unexpected happened. Ethan, the man who had abandoned her when she needed him most, reappeared in her life. He was shocked to see the woman he once left behind had transformed into a successful entrepreneur and an inspiring role model. Gone was the timid woman who relied on him, in her place stood a confident, self-made powerhouse. Ethan's regret was evident, but Clara was no longer concerned with his approval. She had created a life of abundance on her own terms, proving that resilience, self-belief, and hard work can rewrite any story, even one that began in heartbreak. Ethan's return was not the triumphant reconciliation he had imagined. Years after abandoning Clara, he found himself at her doorstep, not to gloat, but in search of answers and perhaps redemption. Life hadn't been kind to him since their separation. His arrogance and poor choices had left him struggling, financially and emotionally. Now, standing before Clara's successful enterprise, he was confronted with the reality of his own failure and her undeniable success. Clara, on the other hand, was unrecognizable to Ethan. The woman he once thought would be lost without him had flourished beyond his wildest imagination. She had built a business empire, earned respect in her community, and gained a level of inner peace that made her glow with confidence. Ethan felt a deep sense of regret, knowing that his decision to leave her when she was most vulnerable was not only heartless but a missed opportunity to grow alongside her. In this moment, Ethan's regret was palpable. He asked Clara for forgiveness, hoping to rekindle some part of their past. But Clara had long moved on. Her success wasn't about proving anything to him, it was about proving to herself that she was capable of greatness, with or without him. Clara's journey to success was a testament to her resilience and determination. After Ethan left, she found herself grappling with not only the heartbreak of his departure, but also the impending challenges of single motherhood. Instead of succumbing to despair, Clara chose to rise above her circumstances. With each passing day, she transformed her pain into purpose, fueling her ambition to create a life for herself and her unborn child that was filled with opportunities. Clara began her journey by enrolling in community college while working part-time at a local cafe. The early mornings and late nights were exhausting, but her drive was unwavering. She studied hard, earning scholarships and accolades that would lay the groundwork for her future. Each academic achievement was a step toward her dream of entrepreneurship. Clara envisioned a world where she could empower other women, providing them with the resources and support she had once desperately needed. With her first savings, Clara launched a small online business, offering handmade crafts and unique products. Initially, sales were slow, but her commitment to quality and customer service began to pay off. Word spread, and soon her small venture blossomed into a thriving enterprise. Clara not only became financially independent, but also a role model for others in her community. Through workshops and mentoring, she inspired countless women to believe in their potential. Clara's story became one of empowerment, a narrative woven with threads of hardship, resilience, and triumph. Her success was not just about financial gain, it was about breaking the cycle of dependency and demonstrating that with determination, anyone can rise from the ashes of adversity to create a brighter future. As Clara's business flourished, so did her confidence and sense of identity. The trials she faced as a single mother had not only made her stronger, but had also equipped her with invaluable life lessons. The moment she held her daughter, Mia, in her arms, everything changed. Clara knew that she wanted more than just survival, she wanted to thrive for both of them. This realization became the cornerstone of her motivation. Clara's days were filled with challenges, but they also brought opportunities for growth. She prioritized self-care, understanding that a healthy mind and body were essential for nurturing Mia and running her business. Clara began to practice mindfulness and set aside time for exercise and relaxation, creating a balance that empowered her to tackle obstacles with a clear head. These practices didn't just benefit her, they inspired Mia to embrace healthy habits from a young age. With her business expanding, Clara also recognized the importance of community. She became involved in local organizations that supported single mothers, offering mentorship and sharing her experiences. Clara organized workshops, focusing on entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and emotional resilience. Her journey resonated with many, igniting a spark of hope in those who felt lost and overwhelmed. Clara's life was now a tapestry woven with threads of resilience, community, and hope. She became a beacon of inspiration, not just for single mothers, but for anyone facing adversity. The challenges she once feared became stepping stones to a brighter future. Clara's story showed that no matter how dark the night may seem, dawn always follows, bringing new beginnings and endless possibilities. Through her journey, Clara exemplified the truth that it's not about where you start, but how you choose to rise after a fall. In Clara's inspiring journey, we see how resilience and determination can transform lives, even in the face of adversity. If Clara's story resonates with you and ignites a spark of hope, consider taking action in your own life. Whether you're a single parent, facing personal challenges, or simply seeking motivation, remember that every setback can be a setup for a comeback. Join Clara and countless others by embracing your unique journey and exploring new opportunities for growth. Take the first step today, engage with your community, seek out resources, and invest in your personal development. And if you found this story uplifting, share it with others who may need a dose of inspiration. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more empowering stories and insights. Let's embark on this journey together, celebrating the triumphs and learning from the struggles. Your new beginning awaits.